Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our webinar. My name
Welcome.
is Alan Thornton, and we have
Hassan Fajay.
where we are Grant Source, where we help you find money for your mission. And we have a special webinar for our industry leader group family. So let's jump right into it. A little bit about us. So my name is, again, Alan Thornton. I grew up in El Paso, Texas, where we like long walks to the bank because we don't have any beaches out there. I've been an entrepreneur since I was a kid, selling everything, you name it, lotions, potions, hope, soap. And when I got a little bit older and got out of college, we started a nonprofit that we really felt passionate about called Men of Honor. And we started looking to expand, and Grant sounded like a great opportunity. Unfortunately, we didn't have a few things that we'll talk about, and there was some self-limiting belief that hindered us from actually securing what we needed, and we'll get into that on our next slide. So I'll let Hassan introduce himself.
Hello again, my name is Hassan Fajay, and I've been in the industry for quite some time, almost a little bit over 18 years, and I've worked with organizations like the Urban League. You work with the United Way and Big Brothers Big Sisters, and I've helped organizations acquire close to $2 million in grants. And one of the things that really caught my attention about Grant Source when I first heard about it was the fact that I worked for an organization where they had served the community for more than 50 years. And because they weren't able to generate the funding that they need, they had to close their doors. And I truly believe that a organization or a platform like Grant Source would have truly helped that organization out. So that's, I was in once I heard that they do what they do. So I've been there ever since.
And how did you find us, Hassan?
Well, just a friend of a friend. But no, I had a friend who knew what my passion was, which are nonprofits. And he happened to show me just the platform, a little snippet of a video. And once he showed it to me, I was just like, hey, man, I got to meet this guy. And it's actually this guy right here. So,
and that was actually at our Kickstarter campaign. So you can find great people. If you have an idea, build it and they will come.
Yep.
And you're able to find people greater than yourself. So glad to have you. Yeah, no, appreciate you being a part of the team. So we're going to talk about 3 self-limiting beliefs and what those cause in the market. So the first self-limiting belief when it comes to grants
is just don't have I don't know how to write grants.
I don't know how to write grants. I don't have the time, right?
Or the resources.
Yeah. And if you don't know this, here's a fun fact for you. Last year, in the year 2017, $3.6 billion in grants went unclaimed. Now, I know if it was me or you, we probably just want a small piece of that to be claimed by us. And that's what our platform is all about. So let's talk about how we help you find money for your mission. But before that, the process right now is not easy. It's painful. So let's talk about the old way first.
Right.
I have a great idea.
Great. Now let's look for some money or grants to fund it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to scour thousands of different websites to find the grants that I qualify for.
And then most of them are going to be scams, or you're going to only partially qualify, so you can't write for it.
But I found a grant that I really qualify for. Now I got to write a proposal, but I don't know how to write a proposal.
Well, I have a cousin of a cousin whose best friend writes grants.
Okay, friend of a friend.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's use him.
All right, yeah, let's go.
And we end up using that person and end up overpaying.
Yeah.
But we got the grant.
Yay!
And the work is done. We got our grant, right?
Nah, not quite.
Now we got to manage the grant.
Now you got to manage the grant. So let's spend some money to go get some.
Or Excel. I got a yellow pad.
It's not going to work. Man, it's not going to work.
So we need more
We
software.
need some kind of software.
So we're going to have to buy more software that's more money.
More money. We got, go in the pocket again.
So we've already overpaid. We've already wasted a bunch of time, energy, and money.
Yep.
But we got the grant. We managed the grant. Now we have a huge impact for whatever our great idea was. Let's do it again. No, let's not. I don't want to do that.
That was
That's
rough.
like, man. And that's the way that the process works today. We've both done it. We both received grants, and we know how painful it can be. But now, if you look at the right side of your screen, here's the new way. With GrantSource, we have a simple to use, concise platform, both mobile and web, where you can give, you can gain, and you can grow all on one platform. Track everything easily, what you've saved, what you've actually applied for, and what you received, and you can build relationships, because grants are all about relationship with those potential funders. So this is how we're different. It's our G3 system that I alluded to earlier, and we're gonna show this to you on our GrantSource platform. We're actually going to do a demo so you can see every single portion of how the platform is built up. Here's a few of our success stories. We just came from the AFP International Conference in New Orleans. You might have saw some pictures of some of our team and
a lot of energy.
Yeah, a lot of energy, a lot of confetti. My beautiful mother was out there, and we're partnering with people like GPA who have thousands of different grant writers that are reputable. They have ratings in our app, and they are held to a higher standard with GPA as the governing body. The Grantsmanship Center, as you can see, I'll show you, they have the #1 book out when it comes to grant proposal writing, and the CEO was on our show, and I got a personalized book. So we appreciate that, Kathy. Last, the Urban League, they're huge, and let me plug us into We Don't Die. Hassan, tell them about the Urban League.
Well, I mean, I think the Urban League is there. A lot of people know about what the Urban League does, but one of the things about it is Urban League, they have entrepreneur type programs where they have economic development, and organizations like GrantSource, they can use our platform to find grants for themselves, but also in their mission and what they're doing in the community, they can help their clients find grants as well. So that's part of that G3 system that Alan had spoke about previously.
And then the African St. Louis Chamber of Commerce, they were on our GrantSource Live show. If you haven't seen it, you can catch it every Thursday live at 4 o'clock. And they have been able to utilize our system to gain and grow as well. And they've sold a few of their memberships and got help through our platform. And they've also connected with some foundations that would like to give them grants. So we're really focused on those organizations that fit our system that we can actually help and sell to and actually sell through. And Hassan, they're wondering the $1 million question.
What's that?
Does it cost $1 million?
Ooh.
No, it doesn't. So we're going to show you the GrantSource platform. It's $99 for the year, and that gives you everything that you need. That gives you access to our partnerships, our grant makers, and of course we had to rename that to GrantSource. Sounds a little better that way. You get our integrated platform, both mobile and web, right? We'll show you the website, the GrantSource Live platform, which a couple of our viewers have actually been featured on. GrantSource for individuals will show you how to interact with resources, and there's a self-service area. So whenever you have an event, whenever you have a special offer that you'd like to showcase to the community, you can always change it by yourself. You don't have to send an email to me or Hassan because we may not be there.
Right, and that's not a typo down there, the $99 annual user subscription.
It may be a typo in a few months because the price is going up.
Right.
Absolutely. So, but right now it's still good. So before we get into this, and like Jonathan says, we believe in eating dessert first. We'll tell you, stay until the end of the webinar because we have an even better special offer for you. So with that, let's get into a demo. So you can see exactly how our platform works And first and foremost, a lot of you are interested, and this is a company we actually just met with couple hours ago.
Yeah, pretty interesting company too.
A lot of national organizations are interested in having an offering for not only themselves, but for their members as well. And we're able to do that with our new branded portal. So whoever you are, if you're a chamber, if you're an urban league, if you are an incubator, if you have a need to look for funding because you're servicing and making an impact on the community, but also have members that you'd like to serve, you should look at our branded portal. In addition to that, if you're a grant writer and you have specific clients, you can have your own branded portal with your logo, and it shows you all the users and the impact that you've been able to make. So I know some of you are from Missouri, so what do they say, Hassan? They say, show me.
Yeah, it was the show me state.
So real quick, this is our branded portal. If you were in any of those groups that I mentioned, or if you just have a large following, you can have your own branded portal, because there's probably different people in your organization that are asking you about grants. You just don't know where to send them. Now you can send them directly to your portal. You have a unique referral code, and you can track what kind of impact that you're helping them make, because we show you how much they've saved, how much they've actually applied for, and how much they've received, all in one portal. You can change whatever your banner is. You can also manage your users. You can add your users. If you want to do it manually, you can do that. Or if you want to do it in an Excel file, just to make it more efficient, you can do that. That's our branded portal. And real quick, I'll show you. Now, it may seem like there's a lot on this platform, but what I'll do is I will act like I'm a brand new user. If you're just logging in, we don't even have to be here. We can show you everything right here. Let me give you an example. In our Knowledge Center, there is a tutorial on every single part of the platform. And I'll play this for you real quick. I don't know anything about GrantSource. Tell me about it. How do we do it? Where do I start? Everybody, this is our 1-minute tutorial on GrantSource. Starting off, our Knowledge Center is where you're gonna find information on anything related to grants and GrantSource. Our articles section are articles that you can find that'll help you with grants. To-do list is how you eliminate paper and keep track of everything pending and completed within the app. Our search section is where you're gonna find our databases, our grants, our resources, and our grant sources. Our helpful events is where you'll find live events and webinars in your local area or throughout the country. And our message section is where you interact with other users. And if you send out a proposal request, it'll land in your message box. Your profile is everything that is unique to your account. And our community offer section is where we keep it in the family and offer each other's businesses and nonprofits discounts. Hope that helps. Have a great one. Have a great one. And see, everything is in there, so you don't, even when you leave a webinar like this, every single section, if you don't know how to use it, has a tutorial on it. So you don't have to remember all of this. It's in the platform, both mobile and web. Also, you can ask the community. And how we're different is we're more of a community than just databases, right? There's databases on grants like Foundation Center and Grant Station and Grant Select. Where we really focus on is the relationship in the community. And a lot of the grants that we get, tell them about the last grant that you guys received a couple years ago. And it wasn't the fact that you just had a great story. It was more of just relationship, right?
Oh yeah. With any grant that you're going to get, very seldom will you get a grant that's received without the relationship being there. You know, it's the largest grant that I actually helped write. It was $250,000. And although we had a great program, we had, it's a phenomenal program, but I truly believe that it was the relationship that we had with the foundation that allowed us to get that put us over the top, if you will, because everybody, they're applying for grants and they're applying to this foundation. And so that's going to be the key is relationship.
Excellent. And even if you're starting out, we have everything in here. So you can ask the community. All this requires a premium membership, which is that $99 I talked about before. And that's for the year. That's not a month. That's not an hour or a second. We're talking for the whole year. And you can ask different questions in the community and see other answers that were in there, right? There's unanswered questions in here. You can ask a question yourself. What's the topic, right? Are you a for-profit business, nonprofit organization, business consultant? What do you need? It's in the platform, and we just loaded a bunch of resources to help you answer these questions. Now, if you don't know what different grants are out there, we go everywhere, right? Federal, national, city, county, state. And there's a definition of what a federal grant is, what a national grant is. In addition to that, we break down the different types of foundations, right? Because the people that are giving money are grant sources, not only one type of foundation. We break down every single one. Public foundations, private, community foundations, faith foundations, right? Operational foundations, family foundations. And we break down what each one of them will be good for and why you want to target them. We do the same thing with resources. Right? Grant writers, business plan writers, nonprofit consultants. If you haven't met with SCORE and you're a brand new business,
oh man,
they're an excellent resource,
yeah.
And they're free. So not only do we, because when we were starting out, we were tired of hearing, go talk to them. Yeah. And then you go talk, you want to hear about grants, go to the SBA. You go to the SBA says, go talk to this foundation. The foundation says, go talk to the SBA. And then you're just in this circle, like, wow, where do I really go?
Who do I need to talk to?
Who do I talk to? So it's all in one platform. You get to see everybody that you need to. And not only do we point you in the right direction, there are direct links in their website to contact them and to even schedule a meeting with them. Even if you need an EIN, you can go to IRS as a resource and contact them directly. Our articles, we have all kinds of articles that are helpful for you. Planning versus program. How do I approach a foundation that doesn't, accept unsolicited proposals? So there's all kinds of different articles in there, step by step, what you need to do on your to-do list so you can eliminate paper. And I'll show you an example. If something is brand new and you completed it, you mark it right here, and then it goes to your completed list. It's tracking everything for you. And searching is what a lot of people come from. So we'll do a quick search just so you can see. Let's go to grants. As you can see in our database, you can access everything. The grant name, if you just know the grant name, if you're in a particular state, organization, we have people from all over the country. Let's just select an easy one. Let's go California. We'll just do minimal search criteria. Bring up all the grants we have in California, and it'll sort it by the deadline, what the name of it is, what the deadline is, and when it's available, right? What the actual amount is. So I'll give you a little information about it. You can go directly to the website and then find a resource. If you really like it, you can share it and go from there. If you save it, I'll show you something magical. What's that? 100,000. Oh, my screen changed.
Hey.
So every grant that you saved will also appear on your screen. So it's tracking every single grant that you saved. Once you apply for it, it'll move it. Once it's received, it'll move it to received. all in one screen. I'll show you one more.
Well, Alan, what about the people that's in my, the members of my organization? Will it show their information there too?
It'll track all of them. So if that's a good point, Hassan, if you have a branded portal, every single member of your organization, so when you write your impact statement, if you're a chamber, if you're an urban league, or if you're a startup organization or a incubator, it'll show you. It won't show you what grants that they actually applied for because that's personal, but it'll show you the numbers of, hey, we've applied for this, we've received this. So you can go out and write grants and say, hey, you're making this impact on the community. We'd like some more money so we can expand whatever that offering is.
Right.
So great point there. Lastly, helpful events. Well, let me show you one quick thing with resources. So you can find all kinds of different resources. What type of resource type? Are you looking for a grant writer, a consultant? Let's choose a few of these. May return too many. So let's just select one real quick. And that's a good segue. So I'll show you in your profile how it tracks everything. Because there's nothing worse than going to a bunch of different websites and going to a bunch of different portals and writing down notes. And then you go to a trip somewhere. It's like, where's my notes? I lost my notes. So this tracks everything for you in your profile specific to you. You see the grant that we saved. It shows the grant that we saved. It shows the resources that you saved, right? It'll show the grant sources that you've saved. And if you want to write a proposal, so this is kind of like, here's where we're really different. So if you're familiar with LendingTree, if you're looking for money, instead of you going to a bunch of different banks and applying,
finding your own bank,
you fill out one application with what you're looking for. You send it out to hundreds of different resources, right? And the banks fight over you. Same thing with here. Instead of you trying to use a friend of a friend of a friend,
right? Or a cousin of a cousin's best friend.
Exactly. And end up overpaying because that's your only option. You can fill out one application and send it out to 1,000 different resources. They fight over you. And some of them may be another nonprofit in your specific area that gets grant money to help your organization for free.
Man, that sounds awesome.
So, I mean, sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes, right, competition is good and you'll get a bunch of different grant writers that have relationships, because just like the law, a good attorney knows the law, a great one knows the judge. So if they know and have a relationship with the grant source, you're a lot more likely to get that grant.
You gotta know the judge.
Gotta know the judge. And this just shows you the different ways. What do you need help with? Writing the grant proposal, a couple questions. There's pre-populated, or you can actually add your own in there. How do you build? There's a bunch of different ways depending on what you look for. You send that proposal request out and it sends it out to thousands of people at one time. So you don't have to go and spend all that time. So we've talked a little bit about how you can potentially give, right? How you can gain grants. So let's talk about how you grow your business. Now, many of you are either a nonprofit organization that has fundraising events, you have galas, you have trainings, you have seminars, you have fundraisers. This is pretty much like a Groupon for business model, right? In our community offer section, or our event section, where it has specific categories. Everything's based on geolocation. So if you're in Houston, if you're in California, you can put what your event is and they can search for it there. They can click on it. They can register for that event directly in your platform. Add it to your calendar and register right there. Same thing goes for our community offer section. And you have a self-service portal for each one of these where you can, if you have a certain offer, and who knows this guy right here, right? So our friend Jonathan. So if you have a special offer And how that people say, well, that's not related to grants. It's not about grants. It's about our community and what they can use. So our community are businesses and nonprofits.
People who need grants also need other resources.
People who need grants need a new website. So we have a partnership with GoDaddy. They're going to need coaching. They're going to need, and we have 15 different categories that you can fit into. They'll need additional capital, business services, marketing, software, right? Business gifts, if they're looking for a good gift. They'll have additional fundraising ideas. So that's all in our platform. It's all, everybody's familiar with Groupon. So it's basically like Groupon, but for businesses, all in the same platform. And you can do business with the community. So that's how you can give, that's how you can gain, and that's how you can grow. So let's get, I know we're wrapping up here, coming up to the top of the hour. So the most exciting part of our program is where we give people incentives to come onto our platform. Hassan is doing the drum roll.
You guys like my drum roll?
So not only can you take advantage of everything that we have in the next 48 hours, specifically for our ILG family, we'll not only give you a special offer so you can...
He keeps...
That drum roll keeps going. We'll jump to it. We're going to give you a special offer, right? For $49.99, you can get everything in our platform.
That's a type. No, I'm kidding. That's not a typo.
So you'll get the annual community offers listing, right? You'll get an annual helpful event to list your event for an entire year, and you'll get the $99 premium membership. That's a $576 value for $49.99.
$49.99.
And we're doing it for our ILG family for the next 48 hours because we really want to grow our platform. And we know you are the leaders in the industry to get this platform out to everybody in your network. So with that, do we have any questions? I know we have somebody that just joined. Miss Quick, do you have any questions for us? No? It was that good.
I guess so. Pretty thorough, man.
Well, I know there's going to be a replay on this. If there's anything you need, you can text ILG to 555-888. That offer will be available for the next 48 hours. If you have any questions, you can contact me or Hassan. I appreciate your time, your attention. And remember, it's not about the money. It's all about the impact. Have a blessed day.